Hi, I'm Wayne and this is Bassador Woodworking. This corner of my shop is a mess, and tomorrow my brother-in-law's bringing his motorcycle to store it here, so all this has to go. The first thing to move out of this corner is going to be the lathe. I'm going to clear a spot where the disc and belt sander are, and I will figure out something different for the belt and disc sander, and the lathe will be over there. After spending a few hours pacing around the shop, I decided the only space I really have that is underutilized is directly above my air compressor. So I decided to build an extension bench off of the radial arm saw cabinet that will hold the sanders. This will be an extremely simple bench, just a basic 2x4 frame with a 3/4 inch plywood top. All joints are glued and I have 2-inch brads holding everything together while I drive in some 2.5-inch screws for some insurance. I mounted one end of the bench directly to the radial arm saw cabinet and gave the other end some legs. I made sure everything was level before driving in screws to tie everything together. Just cut it in to let you know that I now have t-shirts and other merch available at BassadorWoodworking.com. It helps support the channel and you get some really cool merch like this t-shirt or this t-shirt. There are a lot of options and I'm constantly adding new things to the shop, so go give it a look. Now back to the video. I attached the legs with some number 9 screws and then added some cross braces for some added support. I know how I work and I can pretty much guarantee that if I make a flat surface in my shop, I will end up climbing on it for one reason or another. So it's better to overbuild than underbuild. I grabbed some 3/4 inch plywood and began to cut my bench top. The battery-powered circular saw I was trying to use kept having trouble, so I ended up digging out my corded saw. With the top cut to length, I could then rip it to width using the table saw. I attached the top with some screws and then used a flesh trim bit in my palm router to remove the overhang. I then used a 1/4 inch roundover bit to clean up the edges. It was then time for sanding and finishing. I sanded the bench top and front to 220 grit and then finished the bench with 2 coats of polyacrylic. After giving the polyacrylic plenty of time to dry and cure, I loaded the bench up with the homemade disc sander, the belt sander, and the 5-speed drill press. With the sanders taken care of, I could now move the lathe to its new home in the shop. Everything's on wheels, so this part of the project went relatively smoothly. And now I'm stuck. I live here now. Walk the bandsaw back a few feet. This can stay here because it's mostly mechanic stuff, and I don't use it all that often, so I don't mind reaching around a motorcycle every once in a while when I need that. Okay, the lathe now has a new home, and the sanders have a new place to live. And I was able to fit the 5-speed drill press, which is great because there have been a couple of times in the past few weeks where I really wished I had 2 different setups running on 2 drill presses just to make things flow a little bit easier. But thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with new projects as they are released. Until next time, thank you.